Now let's get to your question. So what you're doing is practicing new techniques, and you almost said the word trying. And I'm so glad that you didn't continue with that word because I would have like grabbed that word. There's a difference between trying and practicing, and maybe you've
Mm.
seen my videos on that, right?
Yes,
Trying
ma'am.
has no end date. So I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying. Practicing means you're doing something, you're using a new tool and you're practicing it. And that's exactly what you described. You're using a new tool. You have recognized that you have a pattern of responding. And I'm guessing through the therapy, you're diving deeper underneath why that tool is even in your toolbox, right? Like, where did that tool come from? Because that's what
Yes.
we want to understand, right? So
Mhm.
when you're in the practice phase, this is conscious competence. When we're practicing something new, when you're in that practice phase, you're not going to do it perfectly. So your question of what do I do when I kind of fall back into that old pattern, you come at it with humility, and you literally you just have to kind of go, oh wow, you know what? That was the old version of me. I'm so sorry. I don't want that version of me to be present right now. Let me take a pause. Let me take a breath. So that's what you do on your end. Now, the damage is probably already done. As soon as anybody falls back into that old version of you, it is automatically going to trigger the betrayed partner. Because again, the nervous system knows exactly what the old version of you was. So that's going to be one of those cases where the betrayed partner is going to go into a very heightened state because it's reminding his or her nervous system of the old version. And the old version is the dangerous one. So the best you can do in that moment is recognize exactly what's happening, come at it with humility. Of course, the I'm sorry that I did that. And we recommend breathing, helping the betrayed partner breathe, helping her breathe. Now, this may or may not work, but my husband and I created, again, years ago, we created something that we call snake or stick, a snake or a stick. So, one of the examples that I use a lot when we're talking about how the brain works is when you're walking through the woods and you see something long and black and you get over to it and you kind of jump because it moved, right? And you think it's a snake, but then you get over there and you realize, oh, no, it's not. It was just a squirrel jumping over a stick, something like that, right? So is it a snake or is it a stick? So my husband would say to me, let's say he did that during his practice phase, he would fall back into some old pattern and then he would look at me, of course, apologize. I'm so sorry. That's not what I meant, blah, blah. And then he would look me right in the eye and he would say, Beth, it's a stick. It's not a snake. It's a stick. And that alone would help me kind of calm down. The snake is dangerous, the stick is not dangerous. So maybe what you can do with your spouse is create some sort of a it could be a snake and a stick. Sometimes it could be a snake and a hose. Whatever you want to just kind of help ground her in that moment. But it's not always going to work because, again, as soon as you present yourself as the old version, her nervous system is off to the races. So the best you can do is just stay the calm one, breathe, and maybe just say, it's a stick, it's a stick, it's not a snake. I didn't mean it. I am so sorry. And come at it with that humility.